Alright, let's do this one more time.
So I've been seeing a lot of discourse online in the Call of Duty community. And before you comment below, well yeah, duh, hear me out. Because I have a really important point to make. But before you hear me out, take 1 second. Close those peepers and remember. Remember the day when you first saw this. No, not with nostalgia. Take 1 second and really, truly let yourself remember. I remember the day the first trailer dropped. I was in art class my junior year working on a project that would go on to almost get me a free ride to a local university. But my painting of Walter Hardwell White isn't what's important. What is important was that when my phone dinged with the notification of the Black Ops 3 reveal trailer, I've never ignored classroom rules to watch something faster. And as that video opens up and loads in, my heart races. Will it cater to the fans of the original games? Or would it aim for more futuristic setting that started with ghosts and moved into advanced warfare? Well, as the trailer loaded up and that Rolling Stones Paint It Black's first notes began to play, goosebumps ran up my arms and sent a chill down my spine. The first shot shows a helicarrier bringing up a box as soldiers stand around with what seems to be drones in the sky. Is this the ending of Black Ops 2? Is this a direct continuation? Is that box carrying away Raul Menendez? Is this going to be worth the 3-year wait? Well, as the protagonist begins his voiceover, it becomes clear to me that no, this is not a continuation, at least not directly, and as flashes of even more futuristic gameplay mechanics shoot across my screen, something becomes clear. This is something new. And as a sour taste fills my mouth, the trailer plays out, leading to a release date of 11/6/15. And I think to myself, will this be the first COD that I skip out on since the day I became a fan 7 years prior? But as I pondered the very existence of my fandom, I saw it. A brief scene of a zombie tearing down a barrier and screaming, and for one fleeting moment, I have hope. That zombie was in a 40s inspired German uniform. Are we going back to the good old days? Despite the sadness welling in my stomach over the change in campaign, my brain begins racing with the thoughts of Primus and Ultimus and what this next installment could possibly lead to. Of course, we wouldn't receive any more actual information until July 9th, 2015. When the trailer for Shadows of Evil dropped, I was in awe. From the first second, holy shit. The jazz music, the vibrant neon lights, the all-star cast of Jeff Goldblum, Heather Graham, Neil McDonough, and Ron Perlman, set against the backdrop of a 1930s inspired cityscape with a slight steampunk vibe that served as the ultimate invitation. An invitation to what, you may wonder? Well, an invitation to an evil beyond your imagination. The trailer has a featurette that showcases new weapons, enemies, and of course, the introduction to the Gobblegum Machine. And while you may be thinking back with fond memories, the fanbase was very torn immediately. But this isn't about that. It's about what I think, because this is my video, and just because you think I'm some dickhead YouTuber trying to be a contrarian and stand out in a sea of content, that doesn't mean diddly squat. Because rewind time back 10 years, and all I knew was that this looked like a bait and switch, making us think that we could start with a new crew just like we did in Black Ops 2. But look a little deeper, and it seems like a spiritual successor to Mob of the Dead, one of my all-time favorite maps. So I was curious. to say the least. But then all of that was forgotten the next goddamn day, because what we got was far more interesting than Hellboy hunting zombies. The trailer for The Giant leaked, and holy fuck, there isn't even anything to say about this masterpiece. The boys are back, and Primus Richthofen domes Ultimus Richthofen, and we're back in Derice, the best map, on top of every single one of Tim Hansen's 3,000 tier list videos. Also, good job still maintaining to work with Lex despite everything that's happened. Between that and the deleted crash out, I guess the jokes really do write themselves. But I digress. The cinematic leak shot me up with hype, and I was so high that you'd think I just sniffed up my best friend's Adderall. But it wasn't child-grade meth. It was passion, and a love that ran so deep I thought there was no way this game was going to do me dirty. But then it came out. But before we get into that, I just want to take a second to tell you about a project my lovely Killette and I have been cooking up. See, over the last couple of months, we've been taking a lot of time, effort, and money to start up our own 3D printing shop over on Etsy. We create a wide variety of collectibles and crafts based on all of the pop culture we love. We have little knickknacks from video games, TV shows, movies, and right now we're launching our very own Gobble Gum collection. That's right. Who needs Divinium when you can just hop on over to Etsy and grab yourself a pack of your favorite colors, a mixed bag, or for you ultra collectors out there, grab the big Gamer League Chew box and get every gum you can to help you save your bros and survive past Wave 6. It's goodies that are made by fans for fans in a very crisp and cool resin printed package. You can hit the shop through the link in the bio, and every single purchase, review, or even just a favorite will help not only the shop, but this channel. Thank you so much for all of the support. I hope you're enjoying the video.
Now back to the video.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is widely considered to be the golden standard for COD, at least in the zombies community. I don't know if anyone considers that garbage campaign or predatorial multiplayer peak, but hey, some people out there eat their own shit, so who knows. But I'm not here to become the most influential scat philosopher of the Midwest. That title's taken. But what I am here to do is talk about Black Ops 3 and why it's the most overrated video game in history. So take a seat, bucko, because I've got 3 points to prove it. I think one of the biggest reasons Black Ops 3 is still so highly regarded is nostalgia. People always look back at things in the past as being significantly better than newer versions, and this isn't exclusive to COD fans. No, this is something that everyone experiences. You see this heavily right now in the debates between Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 3, but to me, Black Ops 2 is better than BO3 ever was or BO6 ever could be. But that's just my opinion. Ask most anyone else and they will tell you that this game is the gold standard, that this is perfect down to the most minute details. But if you really think about it, that love is rooted behind the fact that this game was one of the last CODs to be released before the whole Battle Royale craze swept into the franchise and changed it forever. The game also heavily benefited from a period where the futuristic aesthetic and jetpack playstyle style still felt fresh enough to keep fans engaged. But as time progressed, it became very clear that it wasn't actually as balanced or innovative as people claimed it to be, especially when compared to the likes of Black Ops or Black Ops 2, which had better movement balance across every single game mode, making the experience feel more fluid. You could play a match of multiplayer, swap into campaign missions, or play a match of zombies and still have all of the basics down. Whereas, hopping from zombies into a fast-paced jetpack-fueled nightmare of a match on Nuketown would leave casual players feeling left behind and less in the loop, which just so happens to lead us directly into my next point. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first saw the man, the myth, and the legend, Jimmy Neutron, take off with his trusty jetpack backpack, I thought to myself, that would be so cool. But boy, was I wrong. Black Ops 3 took the jetpack movement from Advanced Warfare and cranked it to 11, making for some of the fastest and most advanced movement the franchise has seen yet. Like when the open beta launched, even I had a blast playing every minute I could. But while very entertaining at first, that post-launch clarity hit like a ton of bricks. The new movement signaled an even further step away from the classic COD gunplay that had set this franchise apart from its competitors for so many years. The introduction of specialist abilities also added further problems to the core gameplay, and for as fun as they could be, made the game less about weapon skill and more about who had their abilities ready first. We also can't talk about changes to core COD gameplay without talking about supply drops. The very bane of my existence. This shit was so goddamn predatory, it should be on a fucking FBI watch list. Every single powerful, iconic, or special weapon was locked behind these goddamn RNG loot boxes, and it made for the worst microtransaction system in Call of Duty history. Hell, it's even a major player in the evolution of what would become the AI-filled bundle slop we see now. This shit wasn't even exclusive to multiplayer either. It spread like a cancer into zombies with Liquid Divinium and the Gobblegums, and the amount of shills making videos just shoveling out hundreds of dollars on stream and videos.
Hey, I'm trying to get as many perkaholics as possible. XD raw smiley face.
Fuck you. It was crazy, and it pushed it on to so many innocent young viewers with access to mommy and daddy's credit cards. Good God. But alas, this brings us to our third and final point. Oh, zombies. Where to even begin? Look, like I said before, you can call me a contrarian all you want, but at the end of the day, I never actually felt the magic of this game, which is strange. I love Primus. They're my favorite crew. I love the art design, the music, the HUD, the direction and theme of the story is so goddamn cool. So where does it lose me? Well, this was the first time zombies got to really, truly take itself seriously, and honestly, I think it just became too much. When I play zombies, I want to be entertained, but also, I want a good time. I play zombies to have fun and stop thinking about the bullshit going on in my life, and playing Black Ops 3 Zombies didn't deliver those feelings. This game wasn't focused on fun, it was focused on challenge. It was focused on being for the hardcore fans, the Dalek JDs and the Raffle Waffles. I just don't want to do half of an Easter egg just to pack a punch.
Kill him!
I don't want to have to watch a guide on how to get around a goddamn map in its entirety.
Do it!
Honestly, I don't want to grind for blue test tubes just to try and keep up with the Gobblegums.
I'll just do it myself. The game is peak.
So where does that leave me? Where does that leave half of the fan base? On the Giant. And that made me feel like shit. It made me feel like a shitty player and made me feel like less of a fan. Me, who had done every egg in Black Ops 1 and 2, who had watched as many lore videos as I could, no matter how many hours it took. Me, who made my own cardboard ray guns, pack machine, Jones Soda perk bottles, and spent every weekend with friends making live-action YouTube videos that never got posted. It kind of broke my heart, and it pushed me away. And before you lambaste me in the comments with your,
If that's true, why is it still the most played? Oh, why do so many people still go back? Why is it still held in such regard?
well, to be honest, I think it's about time we had this chat.
Dear Zombies community,
Without custom zombies, Black Ops 3 wouldn't be where it is today.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Custom zombies is the absolute saving grace for this game. Fan-made maps and stories are what keeps this game as highly regarded as it is. The amount of people I know that sign on just to play custom maps instead of what's already there is insane, and I don't blame them. Sometimes fans have more love and devotion for an IP than the creators ever had, and I think that shines through in Custom Zombies more than any other video game project out there. It's beautiful, but also eye-opening. Going from Bo3's gameplay to Bo6 and then back, Bo6 movement just beats it on every level. It's still fast, but also smooth, which is awesome, but also ass, because the zombie mode in Bo6 has really fucking lost me with all of the AI bullshit and poor development times. I just don't care about New Requiem. But even then, I really cared about premise, and the only thing Bo3 had to keep me paying attention was the cutscenes, the lore, and the ciphers. Other than that, I could do without all of the fantasy elements. I always liked zombies when it had more of a science fiction vibe going. Oh, and also, the other saving grace was Zombies Chronicles, but even then, it feels like the maps lost their sauce. But hey, that's just me, because at the end of the day, this whole thing is just my opinion and how I've kind of just always felt. I know this video isn't going to win me any popularity contests, and to be frank, I don't much care. I've just been feeling this way for the better part of a decade, and I needed to get it out in a video. Honestly, it keeps me up sometimes because I do love this franchise. I want to see it survive and thrive, and I want to really enjoy it like I used to. But who knows, maybe I'm just grasping at straws. Hopefully Verdansk fails and they start cutting Warzone and leaving room for better investments in the actual yearly releases. You know, maybe we'd get a bit more dev time and care into what's already here. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video today. I'm sorry it took so long. I was having a really hard time getting my feelings out in the way that felt genuine and authentic, but I think I finally got it out. I'm gonna try and get back on my grind and get back in touch with some of the previous series I had running on the channel. So please slash that like button, leave a sub, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on the next video. I promise it'll be sooner than you think. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood hometown killer,
and I will see you on the other side of the aether.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!